Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Reading your comments on my last video truly warmed my heart. I hope each of you is taking small steps every day to improve your life because every little effort counts. Today, I want to share something deeply personal to you. I was debating whether to film a morning routine or open up about the story of how I became homeless. And I realized the truth matters. Sometimes our hardest moments are the ones that shape us the most. They test us, push us, and eventually, they strengthen us in the ways we never imagined. Before I begin, I want to let you know that I just started posting shorts this week. My current schedule it's 2 to 3 shorts on weekdays, usually between 6 to 8 p.m. I might adjust it a little bit as I go. I am just so excited about this because it means we can grow together, share our journals, and inspire each other. When my son was about 1.5 years old, we were still living with my parents. Back then, I thought maybe I should try to build a family again. Maybe my son needs a father figure. I felt a deep ache knowing he didn't have a father in his life. I wanted so badly to build a new family, to create the stability and love I hoped he deserved. At the time, I didn't share this story with anyone online. I didn't want to reveal my struggling relationship. I was doing my best to survive. I kept going as fast as I could, trying to protect my little family. So I went on a dating app, searching for someone serious, someone who could also be a responsible parent. I met a guy who seemed perfect at first, attractive, responsible, a dad himself. And we clicked right away, and I imagined we could create a lovely, stable home for our kids. For a while, I allowed myself to hope, to believe that this could finally be the life I had dreamed of. But soon, reality hit. I discovered he was not divorced yet. He had lied. Of course, I was hurt and disappointed. And yet, I gave him another chance. I wanted to believe he could be a good father, that we could make it work. So we spent time together. The kids played for a moment. I felt that glimmer of hope again. My mom had her concerns. Back then, I thought I knew best. I believed I had found someone that I could rely on. We talked about getting married, moving together, even having another kid. I thought I had finally found stability. After a disagreement with my mom, I made the decision to move out with him. I truly believed I was stepping into a new chapter, building a life for my son and creating a home of our own. But almost immediately after leaving my parents' house, everything changed. He started seeing me as a burden because I didn't have a traditional job, and the income I made as an online influencer didn't seem like enough for him. He tried help at first. He drove us around to look at shelters, but eventually it became too much for him. He walked away because he couldn't handle the responsibility. Suddenly, my son and I had nowhere to go. Going back to my parents wasn't an option at that moment. I had made my choice, and they weren't willing to take me back in. One of my college friends heard what happened and offered us a place to stay for 2 weeks. They were incredibly kind. A couple with a toddler daughter, and I will always be grateful for them. This was the beginning of my homeless chapter. At one point, we even visited a shelter. I remember looking around at the crowded rooms, feeling the fear of the unknown sinking into my chest. I knew I needed a better plan for my son and myself. Later, my parents friendly agreed to take care of my son so he wouldn't have to suffer through the instability. I bounced between Airbnb for a couple weeks while searching for a more permanent place. Eventually, I found a micro studio I could afford. It was tiny. Really, really tiny. It was smaller than my current bedroom, but it represented something huge. My first home of my own, and I brought my son back. And every day in that little place reminded me that I was rebuilding from zero. Living alone with a toddler for the first time was terrifying. I had to learn everything. Cooking, cleaning, budgeting, keep both of us in small space. I realized that independence isn't glamorous. It's messy. It's exhausting, but it's beautiful. Each day, I reminded myself I'm capable, I'm enough. I can do this for myself. And then the guy repealed. He tried to come back into my life. I gave him a second chance, mostly for the kids. But the same problems returned. No commitment, no respect. He even sent me mean messages trying to make me feel small. This time, something had shifted inside me. I blocked him, not out of anger, but out of clarity. I realized he wasn't the right father figure for my son. Most importantly, I realized that I have been depending on someone else when I needed to depend on myself. I don't blame him entirely. He was still in the middle of a divorce. I was financially unstable. We were both going through struggles. But some people are not meant to save you. That's okay. After that breakup, I did not feel sad. I felt relieved. I finally saw my own mistakes and what I needed to fix. My mom was right. I wasn't ready for a relationship back then. And that's okay. Right now, a relationship isn't priority. Here's the part that truly matters. The period of homelessness became the beginning of my independence. Leaving that tiny studio taught me how to take care of myself, care for my son, rebuild from nothing. I trusted myself instead of depending on someone else. That was one of the hardest times of my life, even harder than my divorce. But it shaped me into the woman I'm today. I lost a lot, but I gained something more important. Strength, resilience, clarity, and self-worth. If you're watching this and feeling lost, betrayed, or stuck, remember this. Sometimes life has to fall apart so you can rebuild it stronger than ever. I went from being homeless with a toddler to finding stability, independence, and confidence. If I can grow through it, you can too. Honestly, my life changes dramatically every year. But one thing never changes. I keep moving forward. I keep improving, and I keep choosing a better future for myself and my son. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you listening. I'll be sharing more of my thoughts and experiences in future videos and posting shorts and weekdays. I have so much to share. One video a week just isn't enough.